having a life scholarship and being able to afford to go to college made me feel inspired to go.
When I got a life scholarship, it was such a relief.
I knew that I wanted to have an impact. Having a life scholarship through the SC Education Lottery was huge. It gave me the opportunity to make that impact right here at home.
The South Carolina Education Lottery. A better you, a better us, a better South Carolina. Visit sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Girl You Know What podcast, season 6, episode 12. Yeah, 12. Yeah, there we go. I'm Danielle.
And I'm Keisha.
And so...
honey, you know we've been on the phone for about 20 minutes before we got started, y'all.
Yeah, so...
we got to talk. You know, even though this podcast derived from our private conversations, we still be having
Listen, okay.
We still say stuff we can't let y'all hear.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's, yeah, I mean, just, it is what it is. That's life.
We gotta keep, what Mama's ex-husband used to say, you gotta keep an extra turd in your back pocket.
Baby,
we can't let you know everything.
Yeah, listen.
We can't let you know everything.
We share enough.
Too much sometimes.
Girl.
So I think the first thing we need to talk about is Operation High Hammer. What's it called?
Some
Operation
bullshit. Hot hammer, high hammer.
Oh my God. You could have bought me for a penny. When I saw that
Girl.
Operation Hard Hammer,
whatever
Mighty
the hell
Hammer,
it is.
child, I said, if don't nothing else tell you that our country is run by a kindergartner.
That's it. Because that's all it took me. That was just like, now my babies would come up with a better name than that.
Oh, it just really, really, really just was disappointing.
So if y'all don't know, our not y'all's president, because he's not ours. Y'all's president has tried to incite a war and failed. I mean,
Jesus Christ.
I mean, first of all, here's my thing. I know you got a lot to say, but let me just say this because, I mean, so I saw that shit come up last night and I was like, this is going to be a fail anyway. First of all, you were telling everybody what you were going to do because you can't hold fucking water. You and your idiots that you got running this supposedly country, Department of
They
Defense.
look like the Three Stooges standing back
there. The 3 fucking stooges. Just real stupid. Mo, Larry, and Curly looking a damn fool. And you pick who's who. It doesn't matter. So y'all telling everybody what you're going to do. And Iran, like, y'all think y'all are so fucking smart. And you're idiots. They have moved where y'all struck. They have cleared that area out. Because y'all told everybody what you were going to do.
Yeah, he talked about it for a week.
I mean... basically gave
Jesus.
the date, time, location, everything that you were going to do. And then now y'all just wasted resources, money. Well, I mean, that's what they do anyway. But, I mean, that's all I got to say about it. It's just ridiculous. But go ahead.
I mean, so the first thing I thought like, are people is this clickbait? It was like 9:40 something at night. I'm like, what's going on?
Right.
And people kept sending it to me. And so I was like, I don't know what this is. So I just overlooked it. But then I feel like somebody on TikTok posted a screenshot from like CNN's website. And I was like, wait a minute. Go turn CNN on. So one perfect thing, I turned my cable off But what you can still do is like if you have HBO Max, you
Mm-hmm.
can get CNN. Like you can get
Yeah.
live TV on there. So
Mhm.
I immediately like went to the Max app and I was like, okay, let me and lo and behold, CNN popped right up.
Right.
I said, okay, so this is real. I clicked on it and I'm there talking. And I'm like, so you really did this? Like you really struck all 3 military bases.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't think I necessarily I'm not afraid of war. I don't have a problem with war. I'm a political science major. I believe in striking, like I believe in all that. But this ain't none of our business.
None.
That's my first problem. Why you in them people business? So now you done struck them because you think you're gonna be Israel's big bad defender. Only for Iran to say, oh bitch, I got something for you. And then just start dropping haymakers on Israel. Like, why did you do that? So now you done put Israel in a worse position.
Exactly.
And now guess what Israel gonna assume? What you do? You go get your cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Cousin, they was throwing rocks at me.
Yeah.
Now what we gonna do? And now they gonna expect the United States to come on over there and deploy, which y'all probably already have.
Mm-hmm.
Because y'all been feeding them people in the military steak and lobster for the past 2 or 3 weeks.
Right.
So y'all probably already got people over there in Israel on the ground ready to fight for Israel's freedom. For Israel to occupy territory that don't fucking belong to them.
That part.
I listen, I know y'all don't believe in God, people out there in the world. But this war is a war that goes all the way back to the good book, being the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell you a little story. There was a man named Abraham. Abraham had a wife. Abraham's wife couldn't have no children, or so they thought. And what does Abraham do? Wife couldn't have no children, but God promised him some kids.
Mm-hmm.
Now his wife getting old, and Abraham is thinking, damn kids gonna come from?
Right.
And so was Abraham's wife thinking that. So Abraham's wife says, hey, I got a car, I got a handmaiden, you can have a baby with her. And then that can be our baby and we can raise it. Of course, shit don't work out like that.
Of course.
Of course, she has a baby. Now, by the time she has the baby, I believe her name is Hagar. I don't quote me, but I'm almost positive. Her name is Hagar. Hagar has a baby, and the baby's name is Ishmael. Now, by the time Ishmael is about 3, God gives Abraham's wife, Sarah, a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe his name is Isaac.
Yes.
Isaac, Abraham, and Sarah are a happy family. Now, Hagar, she kind of sitting back like
wait a
what
minute.
the hell?
Right.
My baby's supposed to be the chosen baby. Now, God see all this confusion going on that Sarah and Abraham caused. And I'll tell you a little story about Sarah and Abraham another day. They like to cause confusion.
Okay.
This ain't the only time they did some stupid stuff like this. And so God says, you got to send her away. We got to get rid of Hagar.
Mm-hmm.
They send Hagar away. But only before when he sends her away, he tell her, but you still gonna be blessed. Because out of your son, it's gonna be so many that it's the grains of sand won't be enough to count them.
Mm.
Now that's why they be calling them sand niggers. Did y'all know that's what they be calling them?
Okay.
That's where that came from. That came from the Bible. There's a lot of stuff going on out here in the world that come from the Bible that y'all don't really be knowing.
Right.
But that's where that came from. The Lord told her it's gonna be so many, and that's why you see so many of them, don't you? Think about that. Think about how many of them it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a blessing that God promised her from, down when her baby was little because she was being ostracized. But he said, I'm still gonna bless you anyway.
Right.
That was her blessing. That her ancestry would be ginormous, basically. And then there's Isaac, and which is these Jews that we have today, which them ain't, no disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want this to turn into a religious thing. I don't necessarily feel like them Jews that's over there claiming to be Jews is the real Jews.
That part.
And there has been a strife and a war between these 2 sets of brothers, because technically they're brothers.
Mm-hmm.
they can't live in peace with each other. And we done got in family business. You don't get in the middle of family
Thank
business.
you. And that's rule number one. You don't get in
You
the
don't get
middle
in
of
the middle of
family.
people's family
Yeah.
business.
Because shit like this happens.
Because this what goes on.
Mm-hmm.
And now here we are that inserted ourselves. And then I'm sure Israel gonna be looking to us like, hey, come
Yeah.
fight for us.
Right.
Come help us. Help me. Ain't that what Kevin
Yeah.
Hart be saying that video? Help me.
Because y'all done fucked up. So y'all done struck the wrong place. So now it's like, oh shit, you know, they know we're
But
coming.
listen, I don't believe you. I don't believe the United States is scared one bit
Oh,
because
totally. No.
we just released who put that video out to show how many actual military and Air Force, I don't want to say equipment, but Air Force vehicles, and I know it's not a vehicle because they're planes, but how much artillery whatever it is we have versus everybody else. Iran was last on the list. We were first. We have like 14,000. I don't think America is scared, but it's just unnecessary.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's where I think a lot of people are just like really, especially for the one who said he was going to get us out of war.
Yeah, I had no idea that they were considering him to be the president of peace. That was a name that they gave him?
Number one. Is that what
wow.
y'all? Okay, I mean, y'all got exactly what you.
Baby, I learned something new every day.
Baby, I'm telling you.
I didn't have a clue.
I tell the kids that all the time. You learn something new every day, and as I said, as
Baby.
adults, you never stop learning.
The president of peace. How about that?
Look at that.
He raised hell every step he takes.
I mean, just lives in chaos, loves it.
He lives in chaos with that low vocabulary.
Oh my gosh, falling asleep in meetings and shit. Now that's taking me out.
So this point, I sent you a video, and this is gonna be like super fast. But a young lady was giving her TED talk about.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on chumbacasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere. So sign up now at chumbacasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's chumbacasino.com and live the Chumba life.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Intellectualism.
Yeah.
And like how we have got to stop even, and I am a big believer in this, and I don't do it. I'm not comparing your bullshit Google search to my degrees.
Right.
If you think I'm going to sit, and that is what we done. She said, you're so concerned about literacy amongst children. We want to see, why can't this generation read? Like, why do people in society seem so illiterate and they don't know anything? It's because we have allowed the actual intellects of society to be challenged by your Google search.
Yep.
And that is the honest to God truth.
It is, because a lot of these, and I love TikTok. I'm finally starting to get back into it. But it's like, I love TikTok, but some of these things that people post on there, it's just a Google search. It's not research. Now, you do have people on there that are intellectuals that get on there and they really tell their, and I love that. But there are some people that get on there on their high horse and they just want to get clicks and views, and they're just telling their side from a Google search. That's it.
And it's widely accepted because everybody's stupid.
Yeah.
You all flock to it. It's like you guys hate smart people.
Right.
And that is scary, though.
It's very scary.
You go to the doctor's office and you think you know more than the doctor.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
You go to the therapist's office. That's why you guys call everybody a narcissist. Because you let some people who actually probably don't have a license, who probably don't have 1 credit hour of education, somebody who probably read something on a Google search, and now they are gurus on telling you what a narcissist is.
Yeah.
You guys have I'm sorry, but you let stupid people take over.
I mean,
that's why you have a dumb president.
Exactly. Who says words like bigly.
The president we have in the White House is really a reflection of the society. And I say it all the time. He is exactly what America deserves.
Yeah.
He is out of shape. He is mean. He is dumb. and he's evil.
Yes.
He is the robot, the transformer of the United States of America. He is exactly what represents us
Mm-hmm.
as a whole. Of course, there are sectors of society who are well educated, Black women, who are kind. I can't always call Black women kind, but who, who are not that representation.
Yeah.
But as a, totality, yes, that's exactly what we are. Yes. I wouldn't
Mhm.
deny it one bit. He makes up a perfect picture of America. I'm going to say it again. He is out of shape. He is mean. He is
Mhm.
evil and he's dumb.
And he's decaying. Have you seen pictures of his hands?
I mean, literally, because I didn't want to say that, Danielle, but he's old.
Yes, he's
I didn't
80.
want to talk about his age, but he's up there.
Yes.
But he's a perfect, because think about the elders, and I mean those elders like him, and
Mhm.
especially, I can't call them elders. Think about the white people of his age in society today. They are holding on and grasping for dear life
Right.
when they should be retired.
Relaxing, enjoying life.
I had a family member who recently had a medical emergency, like really just deteriorated before our eyes, because she has an 83-year-old doctor who has been prescribing her the wrong medication.
Mhm.
And she has been taking it the way he has prescribed it. And now she is in the hospital for weeks. She has kidney failure. Now she has to go to rehab and learn to walk again. Like all of these things because he's an elder citizen of society.
Right.
Who probably should have retired years ago.
Mhm.
Years ago. But these old white people are holding on for dear life.
Yeah.
It's him.
Mhm.
It's him.
Yeah.
He is exactly that part of society.
Mhm.
It's like, God forbid somebody come in and take over.
Right.
But on the other hand, I don't really want the new people either.
No, because they're getting brainwashed by these older people, and then they're so ignorant and. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
They're a little too forward thinking for
Yes.
me. I mean, and I heard somebody else, another Black woman said, she was talking about Trump and his behavior, and she said, but truthfully, in my old age, I am getting more and more conservative.
Mhm.
Because it's out of control. Like,
Yeah. It's like
I
you
think
can't say
all of us, as
nothing.
we get older, we're getting a little more conservative
You
because it's
do.
like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. But
It's scary.
they've turned the word conservative, not realizing that it's a thought, it's an action. They've
Mhm.
turned that into something like they turned it into racism, basically.
Yeah.
Like when you
Yeah.
think that like somebody's conservative or whatever, it's like, look up the definition of conservative or
Mhm.
conserve, that's what you're
Yeah.
trying to do. It's not necessarily like I don't consider myself a conservative, but I have conservative thoughts.
Yes.
So it's just like, and like you said, that comes with age, that comes with wisdom, that
Yes.
comes with living,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes.
not only that, but getting irritated by this younger generation that just wants to just cancel everything, or the older generation, or just racist or whatever, who just want to, just take things back to where they were. They just want power.
Mhm.
So there's
Yeah.
different levels of it, but just, oh my God, just think for yourself.
Mm-hmm. And I think the conservatives that we grew up with,
Mm-hmm.
it was more of when we thought about conservative, it was slow.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing was quick. That was how, and that's why I think this Republican Party is shocking to the system,
Mm-hmm.
because Republicans have never moved this fast.
Right.
They've never said that they're going to do something and then do it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
That is the whole, because that has always been their mantra. Like, okay, we have to take our time and see how this is going to play out. Democrats have normally been the forward thinking, okay, we want to do this, let's do it in a week.
Right.
Let's do it in 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
But him just coming into the Oval Office with the knee-jerk reaction of just signing bills.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like a shock to, if you are a person who actually follows politics, if you are familiar with the political system, I'm sure it was Democrat or Republican. It was a shock to the system.
Oh yeah.
It was like, okay, slow down. What
and
are you
people
doing?
are still in shock. That's why shit's out of hand.
Yes, like you're going too fast.
Mhm.
And that is why we have this mess of what this is.
Yeah.
Because it went too quickly for everything to catch up. That's why systems are failing, because you cannot lay. I think it was a way to do it.
Yeah.
But as we all know, what did I tell y'all when COVID happened? And he did this during COVID. And I said to everybody, once you scare people, you cannot unscare the shit out of them.
Because it's just gotten worse.
And I kept saying, every day I would look at that TV and say, this is not going to go right. It's not going to go right. I would tell you, I would just call you out the blue. And the news was going to be like, this is not going to work.
Right.
It's not going to go right.
And then what
It's not going to
happened?
go right. And it didn't go right.
Yep.
It didn't go right. And I mean, it's still going wrong.
Completely. Yeah,
And
everything's
it's
been
like,
left since.
oh my God. I feel like I should have just went and worked at the White House like I wanted to
I mean,
30 years ago,
listen.
because this shit is like super scary
Well, you would have
now.
got fired by now.
Oh yeah. I
You'd
want
have
to
been
work for
gone by
him
now.
at this point. At this point, I want to work for him because nobody's saying anything to him.
They're
I
scared.
probably would only make it a month, but
Mhm.
I know, because I think I have a way of talking to people and like smoothing it over to explain it in a kid kind of way.
That's
He
what you
needs
would have
kid
to do.
explanations.
Yeah.
Like, you can't use a lot of big words because he doesn't understand them.
No.
And the
No.
moment you start using a big word, he's going to get offended. And now he's defensive. Like because he knows that he's not smart enough to comprehend what you're saying.
And he's a
And
petulant toddler, so he's going to do the opposite of what you
yes.
want him
And
to
he
do.
immediately is going to think, oh, you think you know more than me. So you have to kind of talk to him in a way like, ask him what he thinks. Like, so how do you feel about that? Like, that feels okay to you?
Yeah. You have people around him now who are just listening to his ideas, just shoot
Look
off.
how they sit
and
when when they're in that room.
Oh my
When he
gosh.
has those guys, like when they're being in the chairs. I don't. Is that the Oval Office? I don't think it's the Oval
The
Office. is it?
Situation room or something like that. I don't know. No.
Where the
Situation
fireplace
room
is
is
with the two
yeah.
chairs.
That might
I
be
don't know what is that an Oval
I
Office?
think it is the Oval Office.
It's
Don't
just
quote.
another
I've never
view.
been in the Oval Office. I think it's just another view, but yeah, I don't know for
Yeah.
sure.
So look how Marco Rubio and them be sitting there, like they scared to breathe.
Oh,
in
they're
the room with him.
terrified. They're terrified of
Baby, I
him.
wish the fuck I would be
Listen.
somewhere scared of him.
Listen.
He probably barely can tie his damn shoe. I wish I
Listen.
would.
He can't walk up steps anymore.
Girl.
I mean, get the okay.
And y'all out here. And let me, you know what made me mad this morning? They
What's
had a
that?
little joint chief of staff, and the Secretary of Defense got up there and did a press conference, and I sat here and watched it. First thing made me mad was, where is his stars and stripes at? Was that line on his jacket? Were those his rankings? What's his name? Hedgewed? What is his name?
Headsteg has some bullshit. And I see his name all the time come up in my work emails.
Were
whatever.
those his stripes? I need to know. Was it a handkerchief in his suit, or were those his stripes?
I didn't
And
see
then
it,
here's the
but,
Joint Chief of Staff, stars on both shoulders, 717 little things on his coat. He had his uniform on.
Yeah.
Where Budapest uniform at? I keep calling him Budapest. What's his name? Head Switch.
It's something.
The Secretary of Defense, where's his uniform?
Just call him Drunk Pete. Just call him that.
Oh my God. I was like, this can't be the man that's in charge of the military.
It is.
He looked like he can't do 75 push-ups. The black man could do more push-ups than him.
Listen.
And he had cancer.
That
That's what makes me sad, because I'm a war person.
Right.
Like, international politics really sparked my heightened me about war. I love it.
Yes.
And I'm all about preemptive strike. So he disappoints me to know he's in charge. Like, it's scary.
It is.
That's the most scary thing to me, is that he's too young. You know,
he's not decorated enough.
No. And the president don't even have no, well, you know, my uncles, all my grandmother's brothers, they all went to war. And they were really big on that. I don't know how they would feel about Obama because they were all very much, if you don't have no military training, you shouldn't be allowed to be president.
Right. Well, there are a lot of presidents that haven't, you know, but
Yeah.
yeah.
They was big on that. They ain't saying you gotta rank high,
Right.
but you need
just
to have
something.
had some military experience to be
Yeah.
able to get up here and say you can lead the country.
And I understand that, especially from someone who's been in war. I totally get that.
Right. Okay, so we gonna stop talking about Dumbo. Oh, Lord, it's just sad. I did start praying this morning though.
Yeah,
I
that's
said,
all.
Lord, you say you watch after babies and fools. Well, he a fool, so can you watch after him? And
Yeah.
under that, watch us, Lord. Keep us safe.
That right
Because
there.
we attached to the fool.
I
So
mean,
just put a hedge of protection around us, Lord, because
yeah.
who knows what's gonna happen.
Oh, gosh.
I live by Air Force Base. I need all the protection you got, Jesus.
Listen, and then where I work, oof.
Oh, exactly. I need all the protection you got.
Listen.
So, goodness gracious.
Ooh, all right.
Okay, so I think, what would you think, Jim Jones?
Yeah, let's get this shit out the way. You know what? Let me
Don't Jimmy. I'm so waiting for this. Come on.
Okay, so here's my thing. Now I'm a Jimmy fan. I'm a Jimmy and Dipset fan. So don't get me wrong, but Jim Jones, he has to be going through a midlife crisis. Something is, and I get it. You know, I want twisties in my hair. I get it. So
let's go back to let's go to the original. I think this is where people are getting lost in translation. And Jim is just enjoying a ride now.
Oh, totally.
The original comic came from a young man. Maybe he was a teenager, but no more than 20.
Right.
And it was like him, I think his dad, and then they looks like the two men who are on the podcast brought their sons onto the podcast. So they were young kids. And basically he was given his list of top 5 rappers. Now I forget who he said, but what his statement was about Jim Jones was that he has influenced culture more than Nas. That's what he was saying. So of course the old heads on there was like, what?
Right.
Hey, explain this. Like how you even come up with this? So then he goes into his explanation. And this is where it gets kind of like, I know as a people, as Black people especially, we throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like if we don't like one thing about you, all the other things can't be true either. Like we just immediately know we don't like you. And I went under a comment. I think I was under our Girl You Know What page. I said, now here on this podcast, we respect music.
Right.
And we respect Nas. We 100% understand that Nas is, I wouldn't say pioneer because that's like older.
Right.
But
Before his
Nas
time.
definitely has a place in hip hop history.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Nas is an amazing lyricist. And if you are in New York, if you are in certain parts of the country, I'm sure they're like, oh yeah, Nas is top 5.
Oh yeah.
But if we really separate and think about what that young man was saying, and he has a point when it comes to club bangers, when it comes to, and he mentioned this particularly, was fashion.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, you know, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
And how Jimmy's style is being like, that's his biggest influence amongst people of the little guy's age, is that he said, when you look at the way Jimmy dressed, he said that skateboard look, them chains, that whatever, look, half of the stuff I didn't know. Oh, he said Ed Hardy. He did mention Ed Hardy, like the motorcycle look. He said Jimmy brought that to the culture. That's his biggest influence. And everybody, he is right with that. Like he did make a true statement. Now the boy was never saying that Nas was like, that Jimmy was the better rapper. Now, Jim has taken that, and I think what really happened is people got it mixed in translation. You know, it's like telephone. People hear something, they translate it to be what they want it to mean, and now by the time it get to where it's going, it's completely different than what the original person said. And the boy was just saying Jimmy's fashion influence is like you can't, it's undeniable.
Mm-hmm.
It's way better than Nas. Now, I think people heard him say that, and then it became, oh, Jim Jones is better than Nas. Then everybody else, Jim Jones is better than Nas.
Mm-hmm.
By the time it done got to Jimmy, I'm a better rapper. And nobody said that.
Oh, he said he got the better catalog. That's what took me out.
See, okay, so then there goes to this. I think, again, for people who love hip hop,
Mm-hmm.
I think Nas is always going to be their pick. And I think Jimmy, being on Love and Hip Hop,
Mm-hmm.
I think that has kind of like downgraded his status in hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's be real, who takes Love and Hip Hop serious?
I mean,
The moment somebody gets on Love and Hip Hop, you are now a reality TV star.
oh yeah.
People do not take you serious as a musician anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Think about who, but she had to come off the show, Cardi B.
Yeah.
Cardi B was a nobody when she first got on there.
Mhm.
But to get to where she was going, she had to come off that show.
Right.
A lot of them, hold on, Joe Budden is a prime example. He was literally on crack when he
Mhm.
was on that show.
Right.
To get back on his feet, what did he do? He had to come off that show.
Mhm. Yeah.
You have to get out of there. That's why you see the people who are stuck there, nobody takes them serious. Jimmy probably started making more money again when he came off that show, when him and Chrissy came off that show.
Mhm.
But I just don't, I agree with the boy, but I don't feel like, I think it got lost in translation. Like, I think
Yeah.
people didn't really, I don't know how many people have even seen the original like clip of the young
Right.
man giving his point and his assessment. Now, of course, his daddy didn't agree with him. Of course,
Mhm.
the other old head didn't agree with him because, again, we grew up on Nas.
Right.
Nobody's buying that shit, but we also grew up with Jimmy.
Right.
The Dipsets took up home in Columbus.
Mhm.
Like, we be repping them hard.
Right. And that's all fine and good.
But I know you.
Yeah. So
Tell
I'm
him,
a numbers
girl.
person.
Tell him about Nas.
I'm a numbers person. Okay.
Okay.
So, and not only just me being, I guess you
Mhm.
could consider us old heads or whatever. That's fine.
Mhm.
I'm here for that. But this isn't the first time Jimmy's done this. And I can see where you're talking about, because I did see the original clip with that podcast.
Yeah, because I think I sent it to you
Yeah,
when I
you
saw
said-
it, like
yeah.
the guys, yeah.
Yeah, so I felt what they were saying. I got that. I'm all about culture and influence. Even these younger guys out now who I may not be fans of, I may not know one of your songs, but I see how you are influencing a new generation of hip hop. I get it. And I
Yeah.
can respect that to an extent because you're keeping hip hop going regardless.
That's like Lil Wayne. Yes,
Mhm.
like Lil Wayne is a prime example of that.
Yeah. So
After Wayne, everybody had dreads and face
Mhm.
tattoos.
Yeah, it looked like they stunk.
everybody.
Yeah, they look like
Yep.
they stunk. Yeah. So, okay, so I totally get that. So, but my thing is, okay, if it got lost in translation, fine. Okay, when it got back to Jimmy, he's like, oh yeah, I'm more of an influence. I'm better than
Yeah.
Nas. Okay, I get that. But this isn't the first time Jimmy's done this.
Yeah, he's
Ever
gonna do
si-
whatever I feel like to stay popular. Like
Oh
if
yeah,
you pull him
because he's
into
a
a
reality
conversation,
star.
yes, right there.
Yeah. So I feel that, but the thing with Jimmy is that ever since the Locks destroyed Dipset in that versus battle, Jimmy has been the voice. You don't hear Jewel say anything. You don't hear Cameron say anything. You don't hear anybody else, Dipset affiliate, say anything about that. But Jimmy, he wants a rematch. He said he's a better, he said he swore his pen is better than Styles P. He said that, what else that he said?
Oh yeah, I feel like when people do stuff like that they know is not true,
Mhm.
that's clickbait.
It's
That's clickbait.
clickbait. But people who are in Jimmy's our age. So
Yeah.
it's like, you know better. You know what you're doing. Now he may be catering to the younger crowd, that's fine. You know, because some of these people probably didn't even know who Dipset was. Didn't even know if they knew Jimmy. They probably didn't even know he was affiliated.
Yeah,
with
they didn't know he
Dipset.
was part of a group.
Yeah, until the Versus battle.
Because
So
these kids would be like the young and hip hop. I mean, the love and hip hop crew, right?
Yeah, and
they
that's
so they
fine.
know him from that,
right? And that's
like
fine.
yeah.
But so it's just like I'm taking it from a number standpoint. You got the audacity to come out here and say that you are better, that you are. What did he? I can't think of the exact words that he said, but he basically made it.
Basically, he said he was better.
Yeah, in a nutshell, that he was better. There's no way possible.
And I saw the numbers that they put up, and I went under one of those comments and said, "Listen, not no shade. Now you know I believe in numbers too, but let's be truthful.
Numbers
Somebody
don't lie.
put Nas' net worth up, and I said that money ain't come from rap, y'all.
Oh no,
so y'all
I'm not worried
put that
about
net worth up there and say like, oh, he's worth more. He got that money off that Coinbase.
Yeah, you can't. Just like for me, now you know
this
I love.
Don't have nothing to do with money.
No.
This is strictly about rapping.
No, because you know I love me some Jay-Z. Now come on, now you know we jig it down over here, but I will always stand by it that Rakim is the best lyricist of all time, and even Jay-Z has said that.
Yeah,
but people will put Jay-Z up there and they'll be like, "Oh, well, look at his net worth." Jay-Z is a fucking billionaire. He's married to another billionaire. Yeah. So it's like you can't compare
those
that.
are business deals that has nothing to do with the
exactly. So I would never compare the money.
Yeah. So on Facebook they had this thing where they were like, "This how many Grammys this person has, or this how many Billboard songs they have, this how many this how many that," and then they put their net worth up there.
Yeah.
So they were like, Jimmy was worth like $10 million, and then Nas was worth, I think it was $80 million or something like that. And I was like, you know, same speech I gave. I said, but net worth has nothing to do with this comment.
No.
Like, net worth has nothing to do with who's the better rapper.
Exactly.
Like,
but he was killing them in the other numbers. I didn't even look at the net worth because, like you said, that doesn't. I mean, Nas has been around.
Yeah, that has
forever.
nothing to do. Yeah, he's that
so
because he's now a businessman.
Yeah, he's a businessman.
Like he's not just rapping. Girl,
yeah,
so
Jimmy,
but I'm a Jimmy, you know, I'm a Jimmy and a Chrissy fan.
Yeah.
But the thing too with Jim is this. Like I said, us as Black people, sometimes we throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah.
So with Jimmy, people have a problem with him. Number one, because he hasn't married Chrissy, and people love Chrissy. And because he hasn't married her, because, you know, like you said, Deion Sanders is another person who gets this same hate. Because they are vocal men, they're boisterous, they're confident men. Even when they look terrible to other people, they are still confident. Jim Jones is very confident in himself. People don't like that. That makes you a polarizing figure when you are so like, especially if you're a Black man.
Oh yeah, I mean, let's keep that.
It makes you the number one hated to like be that vocal and be that confident in yourself, because it's almost like people are like, how dare you? You know, so I look at it like, now Jimmy Nas is, you know, behind closed doors, I'm sure he's somewhere dapping up Nas. He probably done called Nas like, listen, I'm gonna ride this way, blase skippity blah. But Jimmy is like, he gonna stand out and say, look, I applaud him for standing on it 10 toes down.
Oh yeah.
And to keep saying it. Because like Coco Gauff said, that when everybody else was cheering her opponent's name, she was cheering her own name.
Okay. That
you
part.
got to in this society. You have to. You gotta tell yourself you're the best, even when you think niggas better than you. You got to.
Oh, but look, and then I'm glad that you brought up the reality star and everything like that, because Jimmy's getting exactly what he wanted, because he was on, I can't think of the name of the podcast, but he was just on, I think I sent you a clip of him and Shannon Sharp going at it, the podcast that Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco had together. And they were just, and Jimmy was on there like, I'm a huge Nas fan. I mean, of course, you know, they're both from Queens,
because if you from New York anywhere and Nas, y'all like Nas.
He was influenced by Nas in some kind of way. You have to think so. Even if their styles aren't the same. I mean, come on now, that's Nas. But Jimmy is getting exactly what he wanted.
And y'all about to hate me. Danielle finna hate me too. I don't really think Nas is that good of a rapper, but I just say it because other people say it, so it's gotta be something. I just don't really like.
I would say he's in my top 10. I can name probably about 10 rappers, or 9 or 10 rappers that, or hip hop artists. I hate using the word rappers, even though that's what they do is rap. But I can
I
name
feel like the best
lyricists.
song
I'll say lyricists
is
that are better than Nas. I would definitely
If
give
I
it.
Ruled the World. That's all I got.
Oh, yeah. See, I can go deeper than that. But like I said, I can give you about 10 off the top of my head that are better than Nas.
I liked Firm. I did like the
Oh,
Firm when he
Firm.
was
Yeah,
with
that,
them.
yeah. Because
So I bought that album,
I
you know.
think, I mean, people probably going to be mad at me, but I think AZ's a better lyricist than Nas.
Oh my God, yes.
So,
See,
I
now
mean,
if we was having this conversation about AZ, now I would be like, Jimmy, you done lost your mind.
Right.
But I just don't feel like, even when Nas be on songs with other people, it just be kind of like, Nas.
He does more commercial songs with other people.
I think his songs with other people be good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like when he get on verses, it be kind of like, come on, you can't let them kick you down on your own song. You gotta stand up, like that girl said. Like, stand up. You gotta stand up on there.
Yeah.
You'll be letting people get on the track with you, and they be out rapping you. Like, that's your song.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna say this in my part in closing. I don't have a problem with what Jimmy did, but it was what he said because he knew what he was doing. Yeah, that was the only thing.
Listen,
but it's working out for
him.
This
is old beef. This is old beef. But I don't care what nobody say. I am going to stand on this hill and die. Super Ugly is better than Ether. And what I'm saying is the words. I think the beat to Ether is amazing. But the flow was terrible, y'all.
The flow was terrible, but the thing was, in that flow, the flow may have been terrible. See, that's how you know we're hip hop fans, we get technical. The flow was terrible, but the lyrics killed.
I don't believe it.
You know, oh, he killed him in Ether.
Jay-Z
now I do think Super Ugly.
Him in Super Ugly.
Yeah. He killed him in Super Ugly.
Was so bad. Number one, Nas didn't say nothing else. It was so bad. Jay-Z's mama told him, "Boy, you gotta apologize."
Right, but see, here's the thing too about now. I do agree with you about Super Ugly killed Ether, but the thing is, a lot of people, unless you were in the underground world or you knew about Super Ugly, people don't remember Super Ugly. They remember Takeover, and Takeover was trash because he was trying to be too funny in that. But it had to be commercial.
Oh yeah, because he called the radio station and dropped Super Ugly.
Yeah,
I still get on YouTube and listen to Super Ugly.
Oh yeah, I got Super Ugly. I think I have that like on a mix. Well, I got them on USB drives now, but yeah. He should have put Super Ugly. Yeah.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to chumbacasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at chumbacasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
He could have did Takeover as like, that was just Jay being, Jay and being funny, being his comical self.
Takeover was way more calm than Super Ugly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It was a lot nicer.
But people don't remember. They remember Ether over Takeover.
Only remember Takeover because it was on an album.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Super Ugly was like, you had to be, like you said, you had to be like an underground to remember that and to know that happened.
Yeah, people today, like, if somebody listened to Takeover and if they listen to Takeover and Ether, they probably, most people today probably don't even know Super Ugly exists.
Yeah, I thought
and Jay-Z
people
may
knew
want
that
it that
about
way.
Super Ugly. I didn't know that.
I don't think people like are.
Well, because see, they said he recorded it and called the radio station the next day. Like, he called, might have been that night. I feel like Flex said. Listen.
Yeah, because look,
when he said me and the boy AI got more in common than just balling and robbing. Get it? Listen,
look, he that's why I always said he should, I don't give a shit. He should have released, he should have put, I know he respects his mama and everything.
He should have put that on the album.
Listen, even if it was a hidden cut. Remember they used to do hidden cuts? Like at the end of the album, you thought it was over. He should have did that.
You was calling Karma 100 times and I was boning her neck.
Listen.
Like, what?
Listen.
That was sick. He said the gloves is off.
Baby.
Hey. Listen,
but people remember
y'all
Takeover.
Don't know. Y'all better go look up Super Ugly.
Yeah.
If y'all
please
think
do.
Ether killed, you gotta go listen to Super Ugly. Y'all missed the real diss.
And that's why everyone to this day will say that Nas won that battle because Super Ugly people don't even remember or even know about Super Ugly.
And really, it's in Takeover, I really felt like that was more directed at Mobb Deep and them. Like that wasn't.
He was going
I
at
mean, yeah,
everybody.
he said
He
one
said,
thing about
yeah.
Nas, but to me, I remember the diss to Mobb Deep
Yeah.
versus Nas. Because again, but I'm a person who already knew Super Ugly
Exactly.
existed, so I didn't even. It wasn't even a factor
And how
what
much,
he
and
said
even
about
back
Nas.
then, how much traction did the? I mean, yeah, he did at Summer Jam. He did go at Prodigy, and you know he went at Mobb Deep, mainly Prodigy, but not Prodigy. Yeah, he went at him mainly, but. Do people who really remembers him? People
Mobb
remember
Deep.
more
I mean,
of the
these
Nas.
new young people don't know
That's
a
what
lot
I'm
about Mobb
saying.
Deep.
Yeah, they don't know a lot
The
about
most
Mobb
they know
Deep.
about Mobb Deep is Lil Kim.
Oh yeah, yeah. So it's just like, I mean, for us, yeah. I mean, we get it because we were there and we're fans
Yeah.
of all that. I'm a huge Mobb Deep is my second favorite.
Yeah, you
I mean,
love them. Yep.
yeah, Mobb Deep and Wu Tang are like neck and neck, and Tribe Called
Yeah.
Quest. You know, for me, for hip hop groups.
Yeah.
But it's just like, you know, if you weren't there and you didn't
You
feel
don't
it,
you don't even remember. They don't know. Dang, we that old then. That's what that means, huh?
Damn, but that's all right. That's all right because we know real hip hop. Let's just say
I'm
that.
gonna listen to Super Ugly today. All I really know is your hoe wants to see with me.
Listen.
And at the end said, "Ask your current girl. She know what's up."
Killed it.
That's when he was married to Khalees.
Yes.
Hey, he said, "Ask your current girl. She know what's up." Jesus Christ. Hey, that was.
I mean,
child, all the good old days. That was the good old days. This beef y'all be having now, I don't be real.
Oh, it ain't shit. That's why y'all just be trying to
Jay-Z's
kill
mama
somebody.
probably was scared though, like y'all gonna end up, somebody gonna end up dead.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
because we had already experienced Tupac and Biggie, and it could have turned out to be something terrible.
Yeah, because there's always going to be beefs in hip hop, but when it got to that point, and then it got as ugly, no pun intended, as Super Ugly and Ether did, yeah.
If your mama get involved, like, hey boy, you done went too far.
And I think that's why he never released it commercially. But, you know, probably because his mama was like, okay, Jay, you doing too much.
Now,
you know, she called him Sean.
Because
she
they were
Sean.
they were friends when they were young, if I'm not mistaken.
They were
so
friends
I
up
think
until
she
that
knew,
beef.
like, no.
Yeah, and she saw how, and she probably, you know, she's, you know, is her name Carter? Is her last name Carter too? I'm gonna say Miss Carter.
Gloria. Her name is Gloria Carter.
Gloria Carter. That's right. She knew that, you know, Biggie and Pac were friends, and she was like, she knew Jay-Z, and she was like, we ain't going down this route.
Yeah, we ain't doing that. No.
So sometimes mama got to get involved, and Jay listens to his mama. So hey,
he listens to his mama. He sure do.
But yeah, y'all had to be there. It's one of those things where y'all had to be there.
God, we had a real music podcast today.
Listen,
this was really about music.
Child.
And I know why we on this page. Talking about who the best. Crazy Legs said from Guy said they the best R&B group.
Girl, you sent me that. I hollered when I first.
He said they is the best group, and the dude gonna say, "Well, wait a minute. What about the Jackson 5?"
Listen,
he said since Guy. Now we gotta talk about this.
Yeah,
he said since Guy has come out to now, they the best group. And somebody said, "What about Men Condition?" Because you know what I'm getting ready to say.
You know how we feel about Men Condition, especially
and
Keisha.
So he said he feels like Stokely is like the most talented musician like ever. Like he says Stokely is talented. He's not taking that away from him. And he named another guy too. And I think it was another guy in the group. He said, but still, as a group, it's Guy. It's Guy.
Okay, so let's say that. Okay, so now I saw the clip and read it and everything. So was he saying? Now I was because I was probably too busy laughing. But was he saying that the best group of all time, or just the best male group, or the best 80s
male group? He said the best male group.
Okay, that's all I
needed
to know. He said like
from there, from the moment they
allegedly
came out to now, they are the best male group.
No.
So now we're talking about, he is saying that they are better than Jodeci. Now he said he is huge fans of Jodeci, and I think he said New Edition. He said there's no, like, them is his top groups. It's Jodeci and New Edition.
Right. And the guy's not better than either one of them. Now I love Guy, don't get me wrong.
I don't think he felt like they were. I think he was saying like for him, like they are like, those are his favorite groups. He said, and so then this is how he killed it though.
Uh-huh.
This shit is terrible. He said, so they start saying true, naming some peoples.
Yeah.
He said, have we ever opened up for any of them motherfuckers? Hey, shut me up.
That right there. Okay.
Shut
okay.
me up.
Okay.
I said, oh, okay. There's that.
There's that.
That shut me right up. I said, well, if he basing it on that,
Uh-huh. Okay.
I guess we ain't got nothing to say.
We ain't
then.
got okay. Argument one. There we
He
go.
said we ain't running around opening up for them.
That's true. I didn't. Yeah, I must have missed
Now
that
when he
part.
now when he
Okay.
said that, I was like, oh
Yeah.
okay,
Because
It
that's
ain't
a
funny no
different
more.
thing. Yeah, that's a different thing. Now you got artists fighting, and I'm sure they did back in the day, but fighting who's going to be the headliner. Because nobody wants to really, especially if you're like on the same tier, you don't really want to open for somebody else.
Child, because the craziest was Escape and SWV.
Girl, I mean that's most recent. If y'all
Escape, if y'all don't get y'all's ass out there first,
listen.
Stop playing. Now stop playing.
Yeah, I mean, and we talked about that on the podcast. I mean, that
Name
was just
a song
ridiculous.
that y'all got better than Weak.
Listen,
Like get off, go on somewhere. And y'all keep wearing them two little outfits. And I said it under one of their little pictures too. I said every time somebody posts a picture of them in their clothes, I always think about them telling SWV that they laughing at the way that they dress.
Listen,
They look ridiculous.
They look like they're in pain.
Yes,
that's what they look like.
They look like stuffed chickens.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna burst at any second, like busted hot dogs at the end.
Listen, y'all ain't got them 90s and 2000s bodies. Look, y'all, look.
And the sad thing is, y'all are not really technically that out of shape.
No.
Your clothes are just too, they are not flattering
Not
for
at all.
your age and for your body.
Not at all.
They're just not. Like,
no, it's like
that's not telling you, that's not being cruel.
No, it's just like it's telling you the truth. Like, don't you? I mean, for me, I'm not a performer, but I would like to be comfortable on stage.
Listen, your fashion should evolve with your age.
You can be sexy. Thank you. Look at Janet. Look at, let's see, even Madonna. Madonna's still out here touring at 80 years old. And I love Madonna. Don't get that. That was shade, but
Is she 80?
No. She's the same age as
like.
No, she's the same age as Michael and Prince. So yeah, she's in her late 60s.
She gotta be 60 though, right?
Oh yeah, she's like 67, maybe 66, 67.
Oh damn, she about almost the same age as Oprah and Gayle.
Yeah, and she's still out there performing. So it's like, but she's age, but she dresses age appropriate when she's out there. Cher.
It took her 20 years. I'm glad.
I mean, that's Madonna though. But she
it's time for her to calm down. She was naked for half her life.
Right. But ever since she became a mother, she has So but
I mean, it's
so
time.
I'll give that to her. It's time. I mean, Cher's out there still sexy at pushing. Now she's pushing 80, but she dresses age appropriate. For a while, she had her
Diana
ass
Ross.
cheeks out.
Diana Ross looked elegant, though.
So it's just like
Patti
it can be
LaBelle.
done. Yes.
And Patty is a good example of that because she used to dress crazy.
Yes.
Some of Escape's outfits, look how Patty's outfits used to look
I can see
in
that.
the 60s.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like,
so that's cool.
So she has evolved as she has aged.
Yeah.
I don't understand what's wrong. I would like...
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on chumbacasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere. So sign up now at chumbacasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's chumbacasino.com and live the Chumba life.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
We having all these town halls. Can we get a collective group of Black women together and let's talk about why you don't want to age gracefully? Tell me what feelings is it bringing up for you to get older? Because a lot of times, like, your bodies are still, you're working out every day.
Yeah.
You're not having any serious ailments. I mean, all of our knees could stand a little extra cartilage. I mean, I'm
right
sure.
There, I mean, hello.
But
that comes with age. So it's like, You know, like you said, I mean, you can wear. Now, here's the thing. I'll give them this. You can wear the outfits you're wearing, but just like maybe put a little bit more fabric on there, a little up at a size or two.
My God, just go up. Just wear your real size.
That. Because you look like you're in pain, and I'm not trying to come to a show and see the artist on, in pain. I'm not trying to do that. That's uncomfortable.
Y'all trying to wear
for
heels?
me.
You look uncomfortable.
Yes.
But everybody can't be Beyonce.
I mean,
do y'all understand the work and the sacrifice that she makes to, number one, keep the body that she has kept after having 3 kids?
Exactly.
Like, everybody just can't be Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like everybody is striving to be just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Embrace being yourself.
Yeah, just be who y'all always have been. I mean, y'all always kept like a classy down home Atlanta, around the way girl look. That's all y'all need to do. I mean, SWV's doing that. They still got their,
they look good.
They look amazing.
But they have a stylist.
Mm-hmm.
Who is y'all stylist? They have Jay Bolin, I think that's how you say his last name.
I think so.
That is their
yeah.
stylist. And he does an amazing job of dressing women like at all shapes and sizes. Even if you want to be a little edgy.
Right.
He's amazing at it.
And Escape, y'all got the money to hire a stylist.
Yeah.
So let's not.
They look like Tamika, they stylist, and not Tiny, the other one. They look like Tamika is they stylist.
Yes. And I'm sure
I think that's why Mary honestly never went over the hump like they should have, because they kept letting Google dress them.
Right. Yeah.
And it was always something about the way that they looked that was never polished. When Erica stepped away from Google and she started letting J Bolin pull her looks, then it was like she looked elevated.
Yeah, well, see, and here's the thing, like when Mary had their sister dressing them, you can tell that it was because it was their sister. And you can tell she's not a stylist. She may have fashion sense, and that's why they chose her, but she wasn't a stylist.
And see, that's what Mitch was trying to tell them.
I remember
but they were, just because it was Google, they did not want to hear it. Like they wanted their sister.
Yep.
But sometimes that little edge can push you to where you need to be. And now Erica be looking good.
Yep.
For
and
her
still
big
age
shoots,
appropriate.
like she picked him.
Yep.
She be like you said, and it's still age appropriate. I know that this goes back to right where we started the podcast when the girl was saying we don't take intellectuals anymore. We don't value expertise anymore.
Right.
We don't have that respect for it. I really understand, this food, this, that. But y'all, you gotta get a real damn stylist. You got to.
Thank you.
You have got, you've got to start using people and start being age appropriate.
Yes.
It's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
You can still look good. You know how many 60-year-old women is on my timeline?
Listen.
And 70-year-old women is on my timeline looking amazing?
Yes.
Still with fashion sense. I just told my friend, I texted her this morning and said, Beyonce's UK tour is a prime example that Americans can't dress.
Oh.
Because the looks that she is serving over the pond, baby, listen. It's a reflection of where she is.
I was going to say, yeah.
Those
that's
people
exactly
know
what I was
fashion. And her looks, I mean, they are by UK designers, UK black designers, Burberry, Ferragamo, I think it was Ferragamo. It's like the shit is off the charts.
Yes.
And I'm a fashion girly. It's like sickening off the charts. It looks so polished. It's like, my God.
Yeah.
But guess what? It lets you know how much a hillbilly y'all is over here on this side of the pond. She give y'all the bare minimum.
That's it. Her and Blue were just like, oh, we just gonna throw this on.
Right.
On Blue's
Girl,
tour.
just give me a t-shirt from the back.
That's it.
Because that's how it looked. Compared to what she has been giving over there, even the first.
Listen.
I mean, it is sick.
And that's
You
just
hear
on
me?
stage, so you know when she's stepping out, it's just like it's
Oh,
still different. So
girl.
yeah,
I mean, those looks are out of this world, out of
amazing.
sight. Well, I think, we kind of covered, did we cover everything?
Yeah, well, we didn't cover one thing, but I'm gonna talk to you about that afterwards.
Uh-oh,
So
okay.
yeah, because I had an idea, but
Okay.
yeah, so yeah, we covered
Alrighty.
everything.
Well, as always, you can reach us at girl_you-know-what, at Danny B Speaks, and at Wellness and Women. Until next week, bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Having a life scholarship and being able to afford to go to college made me feel inspired to go.
When I got a life scholarship, it was such a relief.
I knew that I wanted to have an impact. Having a life scholarship through the SC Education Lottery was huge. It gave me the opportunity to make that impact right here at home.
The South Carolina Education Lottery. A better you, a better us, a better South Carolina. Visit sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.